sources, so you know your protein is going to be high. It's typically going to be very controlled carbohydrates, so your carbohydrates are going to be fairly low. Your calories are also going to be fairly low, and it gives you exact numbers so that you know exactly what happens when you have this amount of calories, protein, carbohydrate. Right? Also, then look at the exercise part. The exercise part is when it's said, is it routine? So now it's time to change gears. You really want to make sure you're doing plenty of resistance training or weight training, and you can do weight training with body weight. You'll push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, squats. Great weight training just with body weight, so you don't actually need weights to do it. As well as kind of the best exercise for weight loss is really high-intensity interval training. And so I'll go back to a discussion I probably had in the past about the best piece of exercise equipment you can have is a heart rate monitor. And really kind of working, pushing your heart rate up to that kind of near max and back and forth, that high intensity interval training. And potentially even going into some of that anaerobic training where you actually go up to T max or your heart rate max, and subsequently then you're kind of crossing over into anaerobic metabolism, which gives you the best fitness gains. Now you can't do that if you're just starting on fitness, but if you are into fitness and you're good at that, this is something that can really get you going back on that weight loss plan. Obviously, as I mentioned, it's kind of ratcheting down that carbohydrate. Ratcheting down the carbohydrate, lifting up that protein. You can do it with food. Again, you have to count it. Then we can also start looking at like the over-the-counter products. Okay, there are lots of over-the-counter products out there, such as, and you'll hear them all the time advertised, from raspberry ketones, Garcinia cambogia, the bitter orange. There's lots of different things that are out there. Green tea. Green tea is actually one of the things that can actually be helpful. Green tea, it definitely can actually boost your metabolism a little bit. Not that much, but it can boost your metabolism about 4%. Now 4% potentially, if you're thinking a 2,000 calorie diet, that's about 80 calories. If you're thinking of a 1,000 calorie diet, it's about 40 calories. So it's not really that much, but it sometimes is enough that, okay, this is going to start getting us back on that weight loss curve. Cayenne peppers. Okay, they sell it as a supplement or just using extra peppers, and they actually boost your metabolism as well. There's some evidence that probiotics, because it can change your intestinal flora. And part of our intestinal flora, if we can modify that into the better flora, often it can help with weight loss. So yes, probiotics can. Right. Then you do want to make sure you're doing the basics too. Are you taking your vitamins? Certain vitamins, we often think of B vitamins as our energy vitamins. So either doing B vitamin injections can potentially jumpstart a weight loss plan, or else actually doing high dose B6. B6, and I would encourage using the activated form of B6, which is pyridoxal 5-phosphate. We can do high dose B6, and by doing that, it can actually bump up your metabolism some as well. Now, I say high dose, we're talking sometimes 50 milligrams, 100 milligrams. If you're buying B6 all by itself, it's usually 1 or 2 tablets there. Another potential thing over the counter is carnitine. Carnitine is kind of like an amino acid. What carnitine does, it helps mobilize the fat molecules into the mitochondria. The fat molecules, okay, that's what you're trying to get rid of. The mitochondria that are where that's your energy furnace. That's what's being burned for energy, and you actually truly convert it to energy. The fat itself isn't truly energy until it is broken down into ATP, which is the end product. That's the real money of energy. But that happens in your mitochondria. And carnitine helps mobilize fatty molecules into the mitochondria. It's kind of like, I like to think of that example of saying you have a coal, a steam engine. Okay, steam engine runs on coal, kind of has a furnace, and you've got to get the fuel, it's either coal or wood or whatever, you've got to get it into the furnace. So it's on the train there, and the guy who's running the furnace there to run the train he's got to get the fuel into the furnace. And it's kind of like carnitine gives you a bigger shovel. And so it's easier to move the fuel into the furnace. So carnitine can do that. And typically you may need to take 1 to 2 grams of carnitine, but you can find carnitine at most health food stores. All right. So kind of those are some things you can do as kind of as far as working through weight loss plateaus. Went through a lot of information there. Weight loss plateaus are incredibly common. Literally, it happens to everybody until they're finally in maintenance. Okay, so literally, it's going to happen to everybody. You want to work through it. The last thing you want to do is just kind of throw in the towel. So typically, if you kind of go through those questions that I went through, as well as some of these solutions that I talked about, and I guess that's a final solution too, is that occasionally just use, you can use appetite suppressants. Appetite suppressants are, before I sign off here, we'll talk a little bit about that. Appetite suppressants, carefully regulated by the FDA, but if you're in a kind of a medical weight loss plan, surgical weight loss plan as well, if you're stuck and you're struggling, especially if you have cravings, potentially cravings, appetite suppressants, I find it can be very helpful. They just have to be monitored very carefully, and obviously some people are not candidates for that. Kind of another thing to help with cravings is chromium. So if cravings is the reason that you're kind of stuck because you kind of break down and with these cravings, chromium can help with that. Chromium's a mineral just like sodium, potassium, magnesium. They're minerals. We need minerals, okay, and so chromium is something we need. We just need tiny amounts. But if we take it in somewhat higher doses, and actually about 85% of the population is a little bit in chromium anyway, so if we take in a little higher doses, then it can actually help with cravings. So if you buy a bottle of chromium, which you can get at most health food stores, most pharmacies, we've got it here, but if you buy chromium, typically you do need to take it about 3 times a day. On the bottle it'll say take 1 a day, and just that doesn't work. So you usually need to take it 3 times a day, sometimes 2 tablets 3 times a day, but that can help with cravings there as well. So anyway, lots of little solutions, and hopefully something there will help you with if you reach your weight loss plateau. So work through it. If you have questions, please let us know. That's what we do here. We're here to help. So if you want more information, go to our corporate website, which is cfwls.com. If you want to join me each week in a webinar where I talk about all different topics concerning weight and overall health, go to our Losing Weight USA website and sign up, join up there. The website is www.losingweightUSA.com. And just sign up there, you'll get access to me as well as a bunch of recipes, tips every single week. So lots of different benefits from that. So thank you all for listening. If you have questions, just give us a yell here at the Center for Weight Loss Success. I will talk to you on the next podcast. And remember, it's your life. Make it a healthy one. Take care, everyone.